Hey, y'all. Let me get this camera straight real quick before I lay down. I'm real tired. But, project. Why did I go to Puerto Rico? To get this done for y'all. Can't do that while I'm riding around the country, driving, not sitting still. My mind is not stable in one place. But I do want to explain these two things. I condensed the whole of trucking down to one diagram into one page. It's a saying that a truly wise man can make things simple, so simple that a child can understand it, as opposed to some of these geniuses out here talking in all this intellectual language, trying to confuse people and trying to make themselves seem smarter than they are. But nevertheless, let's get down to the bottom of it. Where we at? I'm looking at this different. Backwards. CD, that's a company driver. OO means owner operator. OA means own authority. UL means upgrades your life. So if you follow the steps that I put out, it'll save you a whole lot of time. You should only have to go through the company driver phase for 6 months. And that is to learn how to drive a vehicle, control it, maintain it, and so you don't get out there, buy or lease a truck and tear it up and cost yourself thousands of dollars. School teaches you how to drive, to pass the test, rather. School teaches you how to pass a test. If you go to trade school, they'll get you through NVA. But you don't learn how to drive until you really, really get out there on your own and tear some stuff up, make some mistakes. I done tore up clutches, broke fifth wheels, ripped trailer doors off, thinking that the doors are latched and I'm backing up and they open up. So I done tore up quite a bit of things, and you're going to tear some things too. It's just a part of the game. But you don't want that to be on your own dime. So at least give the company driver phase 3 to 6 months. But this, if you start from zero, get your CDL, get 6 months of driving experience. That will give someone confidence to allow you to become an owner operator. Either you're doing it with your own cash or you're getting into one of these lease purchase programs. I hear a lot of flack about these lease purchase programs. Personally, I made money with all of them. So I'm inclined to believe that it's a personal thing sometimes, what you're willing and not willing to do. You can't turn down a bunch of loads and have all of these restrictions and want to go home every other day or every other week and expect to be on a dispatcher's favorite list. And I'm not talking about a dispatcher that's hired, like what they're selling these programs for. I'm talking about a dispatcher that works for a company that distributes their loads internally. Life, people have favorites. You wash my back, I'll wash yours. That's how the world works. So if you turning down a bunch of loads, you giving loads back, you got all these restrictions, you always complaining, always got a problem, you're not probably going to be one of the dispatcher's favorites. I personally made money with every lease purchase I've ever done. But then again, I work really, really hard at everything that I do. So maybe it's just me. But once you get your 6 months of experience, you should either purchase a truck if you have the cash or credit. And if you don't, get into a lease purchase program. That lease purchase program will get you making $2,500, $3,000, $3,500, $4,000 a week take home after paying for everything. You want to do that no longer than a year, so you can save up $15,000, which will allow you to purchase your truck, trailer, and pay your insurance down payment so you can activate your own authority. Mind you, these are finance numbers. You're not going to take $15,000, buy a cash out truck, buy a cash out trailer, and pay $3,000 to $5,000 down for your security deposit on your insurance. But what you can do is take $5, set it aside for your insurance. You can take another $5, which you probably won't need the whole $5, but put that towards your down payment for your trailer. And you can take the other $5, put that towards a down payment for your truck. If you're talking about a 20, 30 $40,000 truck, depending on how your credit is. If you're talking about a $40,000 truck, $30,000, and you got halfway decent credit, you may get away with anywhere between $7,000 to $10,000 down. And if that depletes your funds, what you can do is go to coop.com, COOP, and lease a truck. A trailer. So you got your insurance down payment, you got your truck down payment, and you lease a trailer so you can start off. Do not activate your authority if you just have a truck and you planning on doing power only. You better off leasing on to a company because you're going to make about the same amount of money. So what did you do? You started off as a company driver. You did that for 6 months, learned how to drive the truck. You either cashed out on the truck because you had money or credit, or you did a lease purchase program, became an owner-operator. You did the owner-operator for up to a year, no more than, saved up $15,000 that will get your operating authority active. Then you ran your operating authority yourself until you saved up a $10,000 maintenance fund, which will get you out of most jams if you purchase your truck correctly. The biggest jams you talking about engine. You shouldn't be buying trucks with DEF unless you're getting damn near brand new trucks, because the newer DEF systems are better than the ones when I first started, which used to cause all types of hell. But when you're talking about engines, you may have to deal with an engine every 5, 7, 10 years. That's not something that happens a lot. Transmissions, clutch, turbo, these things don't go up often. So your big fixes, if you purchase your truck right, they should be insured under your warranty, your engine, transmission, and rears. And if you do have a truck that has DEF in it, that should be covered under your warranty as well if you purchase the truck right. After you saved your $10,000 maintenance fund, then you upgrade your life, not before. One of the problems that I personally noticed is you got a lot of people crying, talking about trucking is dead. Trucking ain't dead. No, what happened is you went out and bought a truck, started making a few $1,000s and thought you was rich. And then you upgraded your lifestyle in accordance to those couple settlements you got, right? Then shit started to hit the fan. You got some unexpected maintenance coming in. Then you hit a slow seat. I call it a two-piece with a biscuit. That's incident, catastrophe. Maintenance, slow season, accident. You see what I'm talking about? You know, life tragedy, incident. When they say bad things happen in threes, sometimes when it seems like everything is coming down on you, when it rains, it pours. That's what I call a two-piece with a biscuit. And if you rushed and upgraded your life, like most people do when they get their first truck and they think they made it, I was one of them, and a whole lot of other people as well, then when shit get hard, you're going to be crying. And life is like this. It's a circle. It's never always up and it's never always down. That's why you can't get too happy in your good times and you can't get too sad in your bad times. Because what the Bible say, this too shall pass. It just keeps on going. You got to keep on pushing or keep trucking, as they say. But most of the people that you see complaining about trucking is dead, they got hit with a two-piece with a biscuit, incident, catastrophe. Now they're behind and trying to keep up and survive, keep their head above water. And that's a big issue. Save your maintenance fund first. It don't have to be cash. It could be credit. But just to simplify things like I like to do, if you save $1,000 a week for 10 weeks, you had $10,000. That's 2.5 months. That's not a long time. I could tell you starting from zero, when I activated my authority, I saved $24,000 in my first 3 months. Then with my limited amount of knowledge, I started adding trucks and trailers, which I should not have done if I knew what I knew now. That was a diagram. Company driver, 6 months. Owner operator, no longer than a year. Save $15,000. Activate your authority. Save up a $10,000 maintenance fund. Upgrade your lifestyle after you set your foundation. We got 21 steps here. I broke down the whole of trucking. All y'all guys going out there paying thousands of dollars for these courses and all. If you're going to a live seminar, that's something different. Because you are benefiting from the collective energy that's in the room. A mastermind is created when two or more are gathered. And you feed off of the energy of all the people in the room as well as the speakers. And it's an excellent networking opportunity. But as far as the information goes, you can find all this stuff free on Google, or you can get it right here because it's in my heart to give it to you, and so now you'll have it. Number one, get a CDL. I personally do not recommend anyone to get a truck without a CDL. Why? Because one, according to the American Trucking Association, it's an 80,000 driver deficit. We got a shortage of drivers, and they only forecasting for it to get worse. Also, trucks need to go to shops. You don't want to be having to pay somebody every time you need to move a truck. People abandon trucks. People steal them, abandon them. Somebody may quit on you halfway across the country. You need to go get the truck. So even if you don't want to drive or be a driver, you still need to have a CDL because you own a truck. Your legal structure, your sole proprietorship, your LLCs, your incorporation, your partnerships. I'm going to go over that stuff. Number 3, your EIN. You can't get a business bank account without your EIN. Your EIN is your business social security number. File your operating authority. After you got your CDL, filed your legal structure, and got your EIN, because you don't want to file your operating authority, then go and try to do your legal structure and find out that your name has been taken. I'm running out of time. We only got 15 minutes on here, so I'm going to breeze through these. After you got your operating authority, which is your MC and your DOT number, that will allow you to get on the load board so you can look and do market research. Those free ones don't give you the real deal. You need a paid subscription on the load board. Then you want to find the truck and trailer, whether you buy it or not, because you need the year, make, model, and VIN number in order to get an insurance quote, which is next. Get your insurance quote. Why? Because you don't want to go through all the ringers and find out you can't afford that down payment after you done bought a truck and a trailer, and now you got to go lease on to a company. You got your insurance, you're going to need a vehicle state inspection. Unless it's a brand new truck off the factory floor, they don't need your state inspections. But if you bought a truck and they said it was DOT inspected from a different state, that's not honored in your state. You need a state-specific inspection in order to get tags, which is next. To get your tags, your portion plates, you're going to have to create an IRP account. Okay? And in order to get your tags after you've created your IRP account, you're going to have to pay your $22.90, which is your heavy highway use tax. Then you're going to want to set up an IFTA account so you can have your stickers on the side of your truck. You're going to want to sign up for a factoring company so you don't have to wait 30 days to get paid. You can get paid the next day, as well as get a fuel card, which will take the bite off the start-off costs when you first start. You want to find as many fuel cards as possible. Every truck stop has a fuel card, and a lot of gas stations do. And gas stations are much cheaper than truck stops, even if they're right next door. I did a video on that. Truck stop can be right next to a gas station, and it'll be a 50-cent difference. How does that translate into money? 100-gallon tank times 50 cents, that's $50. You got 2 tanks, one on each side. That's $100 saving in one day if you're filling up. If you times that by 30, that's $3,000. Even if you bust in half, that's $1,500, which can pay for your mortgage or your house if you fuel correctly. It may only take you an extra 10 minutes to do it. So I got 1 minute left. After you got your factoring company, your fuel card, you want to get charge accounts at tool companies, tire shops, repair shops. You can set up accounts where you don't have to pay cash. You're going to have to work local 21 days until your MC fully clears. You're going to want to save up $10,000 for your maintenance fund. You're going to run a full year so you can understand your truck and the business. There are certain paperwork and filings that you have to do every year, and there's one you have to do every other year. It's the biannual filing. I'll go deeper into that at the seminar. You're going to stay on top of your inspections because mechanics have an eye that a driver does not have. You're going to want to be in compliance for your audit. and you're making money now, so enjoy it. And the unspoken rule is to teach. Don't get your money up and then act like you King Jaffe Joe. Show your homeboys and homegirls how to do it. Peace.